This trip was 3 years in the making. We had read and watched videos all about the amazing beauty that we would find there. We were eager to hike some of its Levado trails, to see the beautiful mountains in the interior, to look out onto the ocean from on top of the cliffs. And to experience many of the unique activities that can only be found in Madeira. This is what we did over 6 days on this amazing island. The very first thing we did after landing in Madeira was a dolphin and whale watching boat tour through Magic Dolphin Sea Safaris. On our 2-hour tour, we first saw a couple pairs of pilot whales, and later we saw 2 separate pods of spotted dolphins. We were absolutely surrounded by these dolphins. At times they were only about 5 feet from us. It was an unforgettable experience. From there we made our way to the Cabo Girao skywalk, which is a glass platform that sits around 2,000 feet above the ocean rocks below. From there we headed towards the Ponto do Sol area of the island, to our accommodations for the next 2 nights. They have this ingenious lift that takes your luggage up, which was really needed because there are lots of stairs to go up to get where the yurt is located on the side of the cliff. But whatever work it was to get up there was well worth it for the amazing views of the ocean and the beautiful sunsets. Day 2 began early. We drove to a miradouro called Bica da Canha to watch the sunrise. And from there, it was only a short drive to our first hike of the trip, Lagoa do Vento. We missed the entrance to the trail and we ended up walking down a paved access road that eventually crossed the trail that we were looking for. Once on the trail, it eventually led us to this waterfall and lagoon that the hike is named after. After the waterfall, it was up, 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 until we got to the Levado section. Levadas were created to bring water to farmers from the mountains to the valleys below. For lunch, we drove to Porto Moniz, which is especially known for its natural volcanic swimming pools. Be aware, here in Porto Moniz, the views were amazing, but the food left a little bit to be desired. Heading back towards our yurt, we stopped at another miradoro near the westernmost part of the island and hiked down near the cliffs to see the view of the lighthouse at Ponta do Pargo. Right near where we were staying was Cascata dos Anjos, or Angel's Waterfall, which is a popular waterfall that falls right onto a road. In fact, you can drive your car right underneath the waterfall and get a free car wash. Day 3 started out with another Levado hike. This time we were at Levado do Moinho. The path follows the Levado as it winds its way around the valley. And around the turnaround point of the hike, you get to this amazing waterfall that you even get to walk behind. We then headed towards Sao Vicente for lunch, but not until we conquered the steepest and narrowest roads we encountered on the whole trip. And believe me, the whole island is nothing but steep and narrow roads. Once in Sao Vicente, we ate at a place called Caravela, where we tried one of the Madeira specialties, espetada, which is meat cooked over a wood fire on a skewer. It was pretty delicious. The rest of the afternoon we spent driving around the northern coast of the island, taking in the stunning views. It was windy and cold for the sunrise, but this was probably the hike I was most excited about. Picos de Arieiro. It was challenging with lots of stairs, but it did not disappoint. We made our way towards Santana, but first we stopped at a short hike called Vereda dos Balcoes that ends at this viewpoint where you can feed some wild birds while looking up at the mountains that we were just hiking in. In Santana, we briefly stopped by the traditional Santana houses found there. But then we made our way to an amazing lunch with an amazing view. This ended up being the best meal we have over there. And really, we found this place by accident. On the far eastern tip of the island, you find what they call the tail of Madeira, the Vereda de Ponto de Sao Lourenco. This is entirely different than any other part of the island. There are no trees at all here, and the sheer cliffs seem like they're splitting the ocean in two.
After 2 steps, I lost my balance.
And the view at the end of the trail,
And you know,
mesmerizing.
that's when the colors started to change.
Our last hike of the trip turned out to be our favorite.
And it was somewhere then I started to feel covered in chaos.
We didn't really get any video here, but we wanted to mention the restaurant Abrigo do Pastor where we ate lunch. Really cool location, really great food. It's a popular place for the locals. It fills up fast. We definitely would recommend it. After lunch, we drove the hour-and-a-half drive to go back to see Acahadas da Cruz, which was closed for maintenance when we were there a couple of days before. Now this video doesn't even come close to capturing how enormous the cliffs were and how steep the incline of the cable car was. Once you do reach the bottom safely, there's some agricultural land there, along with a path where you can walk along the ocean. Our last day in Madeira was spent in the capital city, Funchal. After a tasty breakfast and a way too early in the day Madeira wine tasting, we walked around the city, eventually getting to Rua de Santa Maria, which is known for its doors that have been painted by local artists. Poncha is a local drink usually made with orange juice, rum, honey, and some other ingredients. It's what the sailors would drink when they would come back to shore. Strong, but pretty delicious. And no visit to Funchal is complete without riding the funicular, which goes over the city to Monte. But you know what they say, what goes up must come down. And the most popular way to come down from Monte is on one of these wicker sledges or toboggans. It's a super unique thing that you can only do in Funchal. And with that exhilarating ride over, so unfortunately was our time in Madeira. As much as we loved it, we were now on our way to Lisbon.